Our first question this week is, do you think the Saints are hesitant to start Jameis Winston at any point this season?
Okay, let me answer the question. I'm not sure. Does the decision to start Dalton again imply the team will be hesitant to start Jameis for the rest of the season because he is not 100% healthy? So I think there's two answers. First answer is, if he's not healthy, why would they start him? There's no reason to rush him back. Dalton's playing all right. He had a great game against the Rams. The team is out of it. They're rebuilding. Jameis nor Dalton are going to be the quarterback of the future, so it really doesn't matter. So if he's not healthy, why rush him back? If he's not healthy, I think it's a disservice to Jameis to play. On the flip side, if he is healthy, I don't see why you wouldn't play him. I don't see what the danger would be in playing him unless Dalton just keeps lighting it up. Like, Dalton played really, really good against the Rams. It's the Rams. If he continues playing like that, yeah, it's going to be hard to bench him. But if he comes out against the Niners and has 4 interceptions, throws for 115 yards, yeah, play Jameis. Play Jameis the next week, rotate him, see what you got in both, and move forward. So I don't think that there's like a pin in it that Jameis will not play again this season no matter what, because they're so tied to Dalton. That doesn't make any sense.
Maybe not at any point. I actually think it's going to be important for them to get a look at him to decide if he's part of the future. The fact that they're not doing it now makes me think we might not see it until after the bye. When I talked to Jameis Winston last week, I said, is there a difference between if you start in week 10 or week 14? And he said, yeah, there would probably be a difference. He said he's probably a couple weeks away from being 100% with the foot. He said there's some things that he won't be completely healthy this year. But yeah, he's rounding back into shape. Just last week, he started running more, doing more bootlegs and stuff in practice. So I do think he will still get healthy over the next month. And I think by the end of this season, if they don't turn to him because they want him starting quarterback, they may turn to him because they want to see what they've got for next year.
I think that's interesting. We haven't heard that really, because all we've heard about is this Winston, Dennis Allen stuff where Winston feels like he's not playing even though he should be playing. But if he knows he's not healthy, if he knows he needs a couple weeks to round into health and he needs a couple weeks to round into that, then I'm surprised Jameis doesn't want to wait. If I was Jameis, I would probably be hopeful that I got to play week 14, 15, 16, 17 in the year strong to either go somewhere else and compete to be the starter or be in the fold next year to compete for the starting gig in New Orleans. I wouldn't want to play because the team is out of it. I wouldn't want to rush myself back if I was Jameis, risk playing like garbage and being benched indefinitely and not getting a shot next year by any team, or risk further injury. As a guy who's been injured multiple times in the last couple of years, you'd think Jameis would be comfortable with sitting back and saying, yes, I absolutely need to be chilling. I absolutely need to be rehabbing and getting better. And this, what Mike just laid out right there, makes sense to me. They do need to see what Jameis has got, if he is going to be a part of this moving forward, if he's an asset to move in the offseason or whatever. And the only way that can happen is if they play him. So I agree 100% with that.
Cheers.
I don't think they should really start him until the offensive line's healthy. If he can't move well, if he can't protect himself, they need to make sure they're protecting for him. I think putting him in there right now would be kind of...
Yeah, and they're playing the 49ers next week. They're playing the best defense in the NFL. Why would you say, all right, Jameis, we'll play you next week on the road against the Niners? Why not wait until they play? They still play Atlanta. They still play Carolina. They have an easy slate ahead of them with those matchups. Play them then.
Dangerous for everybody, and I understand they need to get out of this situation and they need to win games, and they probably believe that he could provide a spark for the offense. But I wait until you can take care of him, and it seems like that's maybe the decision that took place right now. I don't know. We'll see. I do think we do see him at some point, though, and I agree. I think it's important.